Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn.
It's Lydia's Lunch Bunch.
LA's afternoon morning show with Mark and Pam. We're covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
Today's show is powered by DeBlois Electric, building lasting relationships since 1967. From homes to businesses, their licensed, fully trained technicians handle it all. Repairs, upgrades, standby generators, EV chargers, heat pumps, and more. No job is too big and no job is too small. Learn more at DeBloisElectric.com. And by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squatch it. At 4 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Ruper's.
We have the pleasure of being joined in studio today by the founder of Worthy Bookkeeping, David Worthington. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am well, and you?
Excellent. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
We appreciate your time, and we're going to talk to David all about Worthy Bookkeeping and a whole lot more coming up here in just a bit. But before we do, let's take a look at some headlines for Thursday, September 25th.
The Sun-Journal reports that the City of Auburn has delivered property tax assistance payments to 145 seniors in the first year of the new program. Over $125,000 was paid to the seniors with an average payment of $868. The program was created due to concerns about rising property taxes as home values continue to increase.
Hundreds of laws passed by the Maine legislature went into effect yesterday. They include a $320 million supplemental budget and the Respite for Me program, which will create services for family caregivers. Fishing licenses will increase from $25 to $32, and increased taxes for cigarettes, cannabis, and streaming services will go into effect in January.
Another new law will protect Maine consumers from the financial fallout of medical debt. The legislation prohibits consumer reporting agencies from listing medical debt on a person's credit report. It also bars medical providers and debt collectors from reporting medical debt to credit agencies.
And Auburn Public Works will begin replacing some of the old park benches along the Auburn Riverwalk. The new benches are part of an ongoing beautification and improvement effort. Work is expected to be complete by the end of next week. Now it's time for the weather.
Weather, weather, weather. Weather, 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 weather. Weather, weather is the best. Is the best. Weather, weather, weather.
Is it the best today?
Not today, but I think it's going to get better.
Looks like rain throughout the day today. We'll have a high of 65 and a low of 56. Cloudy skies give way to sunshine tomorrow afternoon. High of 75 and a low of 60. Mostly sunny on Saturday with highs in the low 70s.
All right, it's getting better.
Yeah.
Could be the best.
Could be.
In sports, Carlos Narvaez hit a 3-run homer and Garrett Crochet pitched 8 scoreless innings to lead the Red Sox over the Toronto Blue Jays 7-1. They'll play again tonight at 7 in Toronto. The Red Sox can secure a playoff spot with a win or a loss by the Houston Astros.
What did you think of that game?
Loved it. Loved every second of it.
It was a good start. I looked up and it was all of a sudden it was 3-0. I was
Yeah.
like, what happened?
Yeah, they came out guns a-blazing
Yes.
and finished the job. So it looks like we're going to have postseason baseball in Boston.
Woohoo! Central Maine Community College Soccer will host Word of Life Bible Institute today in Auburn. The women start at 5 and the men at 7.
The Maine Nordiques are in Blaine, Minnesota for the North American Hockey League Showcase. They'll face off against the Fairbanks Ice Dogs tonight at 7.
The NA3 Nordiques host the New Jersey Titans tomorrow and Saturday at Norway Savings Bank Arena in Auburn.
The Lewiston Maniacs will visit the St. Stephen County Moose in New Brunswick, Canada, tomorrow night at 7. Then they'll head home to host the Connecticut Chiefs North on Saturday night at 7 at the Colisée in Lewiston.
And if anyone cares, the Patriots host the Carolina Panthers on Sunday afternoon.
Pam, it's way too early in the season to give up hope. Way too early.
Sorry.
David, are you a Pats fan?
Long story short, I'm not from the area, so I have no ties to the New England sports teams.
Okay, so now we need to know who you do follow.
I'm a baseball fan and I'm a Cleveland fan.
Okay, so you're pretty happy right now.
I'm on the edge of my seat right
Yes, it'll be a fun postseason for the both of us.
now. I'm hoping I got one more game to guarantee it.
That is your news, weather, and sports. And right now it's time for the podcast segment that is sweeping the Twin Cities. It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Let's take a look at FPBs for September the 25th, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to start off with Catherine Zeta-Jones, who is 56 years old today. She has won an Academy Award, a British Academy Film Award, and a Tony. And she was also appointed Commander of the Order of the British Empire for her film and humanitarian work.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, me
Another
neither.
thing I did not know that they say was well documented in the media was her depression and bipolar 2 disorder.
That's right.
I did not know that.
Yep. She's still married to Michael Douglas,
Yeah,
right?
they've been married a long time.
So, Catherine, some of her film credits include Ocean's 12, The Terminal, No Reservations, and Intolerable Cruelty. Moving right along. Oh, look at this guy, Will Smith.
What?
57 years old today.
What about Will Smith?
That's a slapping good time. Will Smith.
Is he relevant anymore?
I don't know.
Remember how good he used to be? I don't know.
Until that incident at the 2022 Academy Awards when Chris Rock made a harmless joke and Will took exception, went up on stage and slapped him.
That had to be one of the strangest things I've ever seen.
It was weird. I thought it was a bit.
Yeah, I had no
Thought it was a
idea
bit,
what was happening.
But it turned out to be totally real. And Will ended up resigning from the Academy along with being banned from attending all of their events for 10 years. But before that, he did some pretty decent work. He was in Men in Black and Bad Boys and Independence Day. So there you go. Happy birthday, Will Smith. And let's see here. Heather Locklear is 64 years old today. She was on T.J. Hooker with William Shatner from 1982 to 86. She was also in Spin City and Melrose Place.
I remember her from Melrose Place.
Yeah. She was also married to Tommy Lee and Richie Sambora.
She sure was.
Not at the same time.
She liked the bad boys.
You're right. She's like those rockers.
Yep.
Actor Michael Madsen, 67 years old today. He was in Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill Volume 2, The Hateful Eight, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which just goes to show if Quentin Tarantino likes you, you're going to be a busy man. In all his movies. He was also in Thelma and Louise and Free Willy.
The
and a bunch of
Doors
others.
movie.
Yep. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker himself, 74 years old today.
Or
You a Star Wars guy, Dave?
I was in the very beginning. I mean, I remember when that came out. It's hard to believe that he's 74
Yeah.
years old.
right?
Yeah. So you were a Star Wars fan until they ruined it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
Until
with
it
a
just
lot.
went ballistic
Yep.
and off in every direction. Other than that, the first 3 films were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Even the second 3 were pretty decent, and then it just took off into wherever.
Yeah. You can't keep up anymore.
Too much.
Everyone's got their own show and their own backstory.
There's such thing as too much.
Crazy. Yeah. Anson Williams is 76 years old today. He played Potsy on Happy Days from 1974 to 84. He also became a prominent television director. He directed Melrose Place, Beverly Hills 90210, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Lizzie McGuire, and The Secret Life of the American Teenager.
All right. Those are some big ones.
Yep. Former model Cheryl Teagues, 78 years old today. She was on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, also on the cover of Time magazine. Her 1978 pink bikini poster became an iconic image of 1970s pop culture. Rounding out FPBs for September the 25th, we got a good one. It's Michael Douglas, who is 81 years old today.
Look at that list of accolades.
And he and Catherine Zeta-Jones, same birthday.
Share a birthday.
Who knew?
We all do now.
We all do now. We do, and our listeners know. We're a secret club. Michael Douglas has been in Oliver Stone's Wall Street, Romancing the Stone, The Jewel of the Nile, War of the Roses, Basic Instinct, Falling Down, The American President. So many good movies.
The Game. Did you ever see that one?
Never saw The Game.
That was a good movie.
Those are your FPBs for September the 25th. Now it's time for some OTDs. It happened on this day. It happened on this day. It happened on this day. That's right, David. That just happened.
His ears are bleeding. On this day, 38 years ago in 1987, The Princess Bride was released. I made Kevin watch this movie because he had never seen it. And it was
I've never
a
seen
fail.
it either.
What?
I know.
Oh, it's a top 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone
Great
who's
movie.
Sarah is a co-host on the show as well. She's off today, but it is top 5 for her as well. It's one of her favorites of all time.
Mark only watches terrible movies.
I like to describe it, David, as $10,000 in a dream. You know, a budget for a movie of $10,000, and it just gets made by whoever shows up on set that day. I'm a big fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Are you familiar?
Nope.
Okay, so they watch the worst movies ever made, and they just sit there and they roast the movies. They make jokes about it, and I find it hilarious.
Okay.
So yeah, big fan. You should check it out sometime if you want to see some really bad movies.
I think I'll pass.
Okay.
I'm with you. Yeah, no, I have better things to do with my time. How about 44 years ago in 1981, Sandra Day O'Connor was sworn in as the first female justice on the Supreme Court. She retired in 2006.
Legend.
58 years ago in 1967, The Doors released their second album, Strange Days, with People Are Strange and Love Me Two Times.
Never got into the Doors.
I did a little bit. I had to do a public speaking thing and on a person, and I chose Jim Morrison.
Really?
Kind of got into that for a little bit. He was
right.
also another interesting person.
David, are you a Doors guy?
I met Robbie Krieger one time.
Ooh.
How did that happen?
That's a long story. It was a very interesting meeting. It wasn't very long. It was hi, how are you, and a couple other sentences, and very interesting character as well.
99 years ago in 1926, Henry Ford established the 8-hour-a-day, 5-day work week.
Thanks, Henry. You're the best.
See, that's who you need to talk to, Mark, about that 4-day work week,
Yeah.
3-day weekend.
Trying to convince Pam that's the way to go.
It is.
All right. There we go.
I'm for it. 4 10-hour days and 3 days off.
What would we do on Fridays? We don't have tasting
We'd
tales.
probably just still show up here and drink in the morning
Oh, okay.
and then go about our day.
236 years ago in 1789, Congress adopted 12 amendments to the Constitution and sent them to the states for ratification. 10 of those amendments were later ratified into the Bill of Rights.
Those are your FPBs and OTDs for September the 25th. And who says we have to take Fridays off? We could take Mondays.
Yeah, skip right over Monday.
Yeah. Food for thought.
Okay.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the L.A. area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com.
Hi, it's Donna Harris from Phoenix No Limits Karate here with your daily safety tip. Teach your kids to use the buddy system and go places with a friend, always. Let's all do our best to keep our community safe.
Don't miss Central Maine Community College's open house and homecoming weekend on Saturday, September 27th. Whether you're a future Mustang, proud alum, supportive family member, or a community friend, there's something for you. Visit cmcc.edu/homecoming for details and the full schedule. Now we shift focus fully to our guest in studio, founder of Worthy Bookkeeping, David Worthington. David, tell us how you got into this business.
25 years ago, I was working as a drug and alcohol rehabilitation counselor. It was for a mom and pop shop, and we lost our finance director at that point in time. And the two main principals that ran the business came up to me one day and said, we're losing this person, and we need somebody to take it over, and you're it.
Okay.
All right.
And I kind of laughed at him. I said, I don't even know how to balance my own checkbook. And at the time, that was true. And they said to me, Dave, you're the most responsible person that we have. You're it. You start on Monday. And I just kind of dove into running the finances of a nonprofit organization. Part of that included recording everything and learning. At that time, it was Quicken, and it then moved over into QuickBooks, the desktop version, which is the old school element
Obsolete
of it.
now.
Basically. And pretty much just taught myself out of necessity on the ins and outs of how to track a business's records. And it's kind of just morphed along the way. I ended up, after that, I ended up working for a CPA firm as a full-time bookkeeper for 10 years. And because of how life was going, I was looking to be able to move physical locations. And I was looking for something that would be able to take me to being able to do that. And starting my own business was the answer.
How do you teach yourself? This was 25 years ago. You really don't have the tools you have today, right?
That's correct. But if you take a look at any software, and it really doesn't matter what software, you take a look at any software, how do you get to know it? You get in there, you play around with it, you click buttons, you see what this does, and you learn.
Trial and error.
Trial and error.
From a drug and alcohol rehab counselor to an accountant.
Well, bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper. What's the difference?
An accountant is licensed to file tax returns and other functions within the tax return. They're truly more capable of giving sound tax advice. Mm-hmm. A bookkeeper is one that just logs the information and puts it into the format for an accountant to be able to read it.
Okay.
Puts information in like an organized manner.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Which I thank him very much for.
Pam happens to be one of my clients.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. He's helped me talk me off ledges, Mark.
Like on more than one occasion?
Yes.
Outside of today?
Yes.
Wow, that's great. Right. Well, thanks for that, David.
Oh, you're very welcome. She's doing great. About a year ago, we got introduced, and she was basically begging for help at that point in time. So we walked in.
I don't know what I'm doing.
And we took a look, and now she has, a year later, I've coached her on this is what you do here, this is what you do there, and she's doing a fantastic job at this point in time.
So this is interesting because, Pam, when you took over the company, were you of the mind that you were going to do everything yourself, or you're going to learn to do everything yourself?
Yeah, I knew I needed to know more of that aspect of it, the bookkeeping and whatnot, but it wasn't my first plan of attack.
Yeah.
And maybe it should have been. Yeah, I knew I was going to have to learn some of it and be able to read reports and figure out, what's going in and what's going out. And I've learned a lot.
Yeah. How did you and David get connected?
B&I.
Really?
Good old B&I.
Good old B&I.
Yeah.
It's undefeated, right? So, David, outside of Pam, what types of people are coming to you for your services?
I handle small business bookkeeping. Generally speaking, any small business out there that's annual revenue is under $3 million is the type of business that I can help at least get organized and on the right track for proper bookkeeping. Mm-hmm. Once a business reaches $3 million or in excess in annual revenue, they've kind of outgrown what is truly my model. At that point in time, what they really need is an internal bookkeeper, somebody that's able to provide real-time data. The way I work, I come in and I look at an account once a month, and I will do my thing on as an example, September's about to close in just a few days. So starting in October, I'll be asking for anything that pertains to September, and then I'll go in and I'll look at September and make sure everything's recorded correctly. If a business is operating at $3 million or more, and that's a rough estimate, generally speaking, they need somebody that's actually there day in and day out input, doing what I do, just doing it in real time. I've got a couple of clients that are more than $3 million, and I've started with companies that were making $1,000 a month. Anything in between. I do a lot of trades, electricians, plumbers, etc. I've got a wide array of clients. I've got a advertising firm here that I work with. Some dentists, some lawyers, insurance agents.
It's still fascinating to me that this is something that was thrust upon you. You taught yourself how to do it and made a career out of it. Mm-hmm. Here you are 25 years later. At what point did you know that this is what I'm going to do?
I don't know. I'm still working on that one.
I don't know what happened. 25 years went by, and here I am still doing it.
I'm going to truly attribute a lot of that to my wife. My wife and I are on multiple marriages, so we've been married for 5 years now. I started this business 4 years ago, and before I started this business, I was 8 to 5, 40 hours a week and overtime in January. And
damn it, Henry Ford.
Yeah, working that Henry Ford schedule. Yeah, we can relate.
And long story short, we were living in Oklahoma City at that time, and we had desire to move to Texas to be closer to children and grandchildren. And she was encouraging me to go back to school to become a CPA. And at my age, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at it, by the time that it would take me to do that, it's like, no, that's going to take too long. It's going to cost too much money. The return on investment is not going to be worth it. Mm-hmm. And she basically says, you're a bookkeeper. Why don't you start your own business? I'm like, okay. I don't have any. I mean, again, I ran this nonprofit from a financial level. I don't have any question on my capabilities as a businessman. But the one thing that I'm like, I can't do and I'll never be able to do is sell. I hate selling.
Me too.
and so I'm like, what? She boosted my confidence. She gave me all the confidence in the world to be able to do this. At the time, I had a neighbor 2 doors down from me who is a BNI member as well. And I presume since we're talking here, everybody on all your listeners know what BNI is. But as soon as he found out that I was starting my own business, he pulls me aside. He says, come on, let's go to a BNI group meeting. And I walked in there one day and sweating bullets and announced who I was and what I was doing, and one person in that group on that day came up with me, grabbed one of my business cards, and started with me the next day.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, this is going to be easy. Well, I soon found out it was not going to be easy, but I also found out through my BNI connections and the whole experience about BNI that selling is not about selling. Selling is about just being able to talk about who I am, what I do, and for those that are interested in the services, they will come and they will find me. And here I am 4 years later, and I've grown this thing from my one set of books that I started up with to I'm somewhere in the 65 to 70 books these days.
Just in case we have some listeners that aren't familiar with BNI, it is a business networking group.
Correct.
That meets once a week here in Auburn.
And they have groups all over the state.
Yep, all over the state, and the one in Auburn is one of the largest in the state.
Correct.
Right?
Not only is it all over the state, it's actually all over the world.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a worldwide networking group, and it does work for any business owners that are looking to promote their businesses.
Or grow their business.
BNI is I looked at it just the other day. I'm a statistics guy, and I review my stuff all the time. BNI directly or indirectly has been responsible for 73% of the growth of my business.
Wow.
That's a big number.
Amazing.
But it also, yes, you're promoting BNI and all of that, but it goes to show that your work helps people, and if you weren't good at what you did, your business wouldn't grow.
Correct.
By that kind of number as well. So
The vast majority of my business growth is due to word of mouth and people being satisfied with the results of what I do. Because of my drug and alcohol rehabilitation experience, I have a very unique viewpoint towards how I run my business. And my customer service, I like to think, is off the charts. I will tell my clients literally contact me anytime, day or night, whatever they need. If I can do it, I will help them do it.
Again, like I said, he's good at talking people off ledges.
Yeah. I mean, he has experience, like literally. Yeah. I'm checking out your website here, David. It's worthybkkg.com. You have a perfect 5-star rating on Google reviews. What is it about you that makes you so good at what you do?
That's a really good question. I would say that the vast majority of my clients I've got, I don't know, a dozen or so clients at this point in time that are under the age of 25.
Wow.
Brand new, kids. Decided that they wanted to do something and started doing it, somehow found me. The vast majority of my clients are probably somewhere between the ages of 30 and 40. And whether it's them looking at me at my age, assuming that I have wisdom, or, in sitting and talking with them, hearing my voice, I don't know. I honestly don't know what others see in me that breeds confidence. I can tell you that from a purely technical standpoint, I'm not the best bookkeeper out there in the world, and looking at any profession, there are techniques and elements of any profession that if you're more proficient at, you're going to be better.
Right.
We're dealing with a software that is the number one software on the face of this planet in QuickBooks Online. I'll be the first to admit, I don't know everything that there is to know about QuickBooks Online. My knowledge on it, I'm capable, but I'm not the best. I think what takes me into being the best is my care and my concern about my clients and wanting to make sure that they are appropriately represented when it comes to their financial statements. That I can do, and I can do it competently. I want them to be able to understand and be able to be informed on how to make business decisions from a financial level. So I'm not just a straight bookkeeper. I kind of tell people that I'm a quasi business coach as well, which again, I can present to you. I can show you how to create a budget. I can show you how to read and interpret your financial statements, these types of things. So I personally believe that I go the extra mile where many people in this world are no longer willing to do.
You saying all that, it stuck out to me that it's like something that I've said in a lot of different facets of things, where it's sports or business or friendship or anything like that. You can't teach some things, and that's, wanting to help a person.
Correct.
Like you can teach the QuickBooks stuff.
Correct.
You can learn anything. You just look it up and ask QuickBooks how to do a certain specific thing, and they'll tell you, but you can't teach to want to care and want businesses and people to do better. So that, kind of just stands out in what makes a good business person or bookkeeper or whatever you're talking about.
That kind of comes back to my counseling days. In my career there and how I became a counselor was I had an alcohol problem at myself, and I required rehabilitation. And I went in and I did rehab for the better part of a year, and it changed my life dramatically to the point where it's like I wanted to be able to give that back. So for the next 4 or 5 years while I was doing the counseling, and even after that, as I took over the finances, I still continued with that. But I was with them for almost 11 years. And during that time, I had a play in hundreds, if not thousands, of people changing their lives for the better. And it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done, is being able to help somebody get on the correct road to living a fine, wonderful, productive, healthy life.
Yeah.
And that's stayed with me forever.
So you're kind of doing that just in a numbers version.
Correct. Correct.
So that's what you meant earlier when you said you provide a unique viewpoint for your clients because of that history.
I believe so.
Yeah. David, let's say I start a new business. I'm selling widgets, not real good with the finances. I seek out your services. What exactly are you taking off of my plate?
The element that I do is recording of all of your financial information and plugging it into the capability of you being able to review your financial information from summary reports or detailed reports, however you want to look at it. So as a brand new business owner, you're flying by the seat of your pants. It's like, okay, you're going to build this widget. Well, I need this and I need that in order to build it. And you're going off and you're spending money to get this and to get that, and then you're spending your time putting together the widget. The money you spend here, there, wherever results in money being brought into you when you sell this widget. So I'm recording all of that. And at the end of X amount of time, we're able to look at and see how you did. Did you make a profit as a result of your efforts, or did you lose money? It's taking that element off of your plate that you don't have to do, because everybody's going to want to know. Everybody, that's why you do business. I want to make money. At the end of the day, did you or did you not? And when you're dealing day in and day out doing this, you don't tend to stop and really take a look at whether or not you are. You can see how much money's in your bank account. You can see it coming and going. But is it profitable? Most of the people that come to me have no clue. They know there's money in the bank, so they feel like they must be making money. A typical chart of accounts, which is the different categories that you can record something in on any set of books, but the typical chart of accounts is probably somewhere between 75 and 100 different items that you receive or spend money on. Advertising is a big thing. So it's like, okay, if I'm advertising through Lydia Media or the Lunch Bunch, it's like, okay, how much money am I spending there? And you take all of these different things and you find out how much money you're spending on advertising. And then you start to analyze those numbers. Is it creating a return on my investment? And again, your supplies, your this, your that's, your office expenses, it's your utilities. It just continues to go on and on and on. The one thing that I do is I remove the responsibility off of the business owner of handling this thing, present to them statements at the end of each month that says, all right, this is what happened in September. And you earned X amount of money, you spent X amount of money, and this is the end result at the end of the day. It's a profit or a loss.
Yeah, you give them like a nice clear picture at the end of the month of like what's going in and what's going out, and they don't have to do all the line it all up.
You don't have to do the manual entry. As an example, as a business owner, it's like you don't have to answer the phone. You have somebody answer the phone for you and direct the phone call to where it needs to go. You don't necessarily, as a business owner, you need to know how to answer the phone. You need to know how to clean the bathroom or vacuum and dust in order to keep your place clean. There gets to a point where you don't want to, as a business owner, do that function as well. So like when Pam and I first met, she wants to know how to do this stuff. She doesn't necessarily want to do it, though.
Right.
100% accurate.
And this is, most of the people that come to me, it's like they don't understand it in the first place. They don't want to understand it. They need somebody to handle it, and that's where I come in. Yeah.
It's like I want to understand it. I just don't want to take the time to learn it all because I have other things to be doing.
Well, and as I said, I was self-taught. And while I was self-taught, it also took me the better part of 5 years to teach myself the software.
It also, I think, might have a lot to do with the type of person you are, too. Like Pam is very creative.
And I'm a numbers guy.
Yeah, you're a numbers guy. Yeah. She's creative. And that way you complement each other very well because you're able to help her with things that, like she said, wants to know how to do it, but doesn't necessarily want to do.
Right.
So she can focus on growing her business. So great stuff. David, is there anything else about Worthy Bookkeeping that you would like our listeners to know before we move on to our final segment?
Off the top of my head, no.
All right.
Next year marks 30 years of Uncle Andy's Digest. What started as a beloved print publication has grown into Lydia Media, a full-service marketing partner helping local businesses thrive. From LA Metro Magazine and the Lydia's Lunch Bunch podcast to social media management, website design, and advertising across all platforms, we've got your marketing needs covered. If you're a business making a difference in our community, let's connect. Lydia Media is here to tell your story and help you grow. Lydia Media, in business, for business. Learn more at lydiamediallc.com.
All right, David, we like to close out the show with a segment called 3 Random Questions, where we will ask you questions that have nothing to do with Worthy Bookkeeping. We just want to get to know you a little better as a member of our community.
All right.
You shared with us that you are a sports fan, specifically a Cleveland fan. If you could attend any sporting event in history and have the best seats in the house, what would it be and why?
Probably, I would say Hank Aaron's 715th home run
Wow.
would be probably the number one event in my life. It was such a historic event, surpassing Babe Ruth as the all-time home run leader in the South, in the era of, Hank Aaron was receiving death threats and the whole 9 yards on the race element of it. Just the significance of the event is probably the number one, would be the number one ticket on my list.
Well said. As great as he was, still underrated,
Absolutely.
I think.
Absolutely.
He has records that will never be broken.
Oh, I agree.
And still underrated. Where would you sit at that game?
Probably in the bullpen where Tom, I think it was Tom House caught that ball.
Yep.
If I could get his seat, that'd be perfect.
All right.
That one right there.
Sounds good.
David, what is you and your wife's favorite thing to do to relax or spend an evening together?
Jigsaw puzzles.
Oh. What are you working on one now?
We have one up almost nonstop.
All right. What are you working on right now?
It's an Italian seacoast village that it's 1,000 piece. My preference are 1,500 pieces, but they're harder to find. With two of us working 1,000 pieces is a little bit too easy. 2,000 is too hard, and that 1,500, but they don't make 1,500 pieces like that. If we're not doing a jigsaw puzzle, we like doing gardening and landscaping type of stuff.
Very cool. What do you do with the puzzles when you're done with them?
Put them back in the box. They end up going to Goodwill.
All right.
I'm curious, while you're working on the puzzles, do you have music playing? Is the TV going? What's going on in the background?
We do not watch TV.
Okay.
We have not. I can count. We've been married for 5 years. We've been together for 6.5. I can literally count on one hand the amount of times that I have turned on a TV in that time frame.
Wow. Probably live a much happier life.
We enjoy each other's company.
That's great.
So I finally got it right. I found my best friend for the rest of my life. I'd so much rather talk to her than be entertained. And I'm sorry, I forgot the original question.
Oh, you were lost in love right there. It was great to see. That was a special moment.
Yeah.
So, we'll move on to the final question here, David. Putting your professional skills aside, what could you teach someone to do today with 100% certainty?
Drive a car. Drive a stick shift car.
Stick shift. It is a lost art.
It is a lost art. I have 3 children of my own. 2 of them I taught how to drive a stick shift. And my oldest child is a daughter, and she's 35 now, and I taught her how to drive a stick shift back in the day. And to this day, she will periodically tell me, thank you for teaching me how to drive a stick shift, because she literally can drive anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If she understands and knows how to do that. So probably drive a car. I mean, there's Probably a few other things I probably could, but with 100% certainty, yeah, I'd probably drive a car.
All right. Great stuff.
I like that question. That was my answer to that question, too.
That's right. They don't make them anymore.
They don't.
Yeah.
Well,
Which is sad.
they do. It's extremely rare. You can custom order them. And we went off and bought me a little Volkswagen Jetta just a few years ago. And I was specifically looking for a stick shift at my age. I'm getting to the point where it's like, this is my last go around. I'm not going to want to do the movements after this. The hips and the knees, they just don't work like they used to. But this is my last go around, and I've had this stick shift for the last 4 years or so.
David, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you. He is the founder of Worthy Bookkeeping, David Worthington. And again, you can learn more online at worthybkkg.com. Thanks to Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and Deploy Electric for sponsoring today's episode. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com.
Have a great day. And remember, don't bite your cat. And I will say I have bitten my cat.